Greetings, Master Chen here. Feeling to relay some information that left on my mind. Some of flex. Today is March 31st, 2024. How I think, how I feel. Anyway, jot some stuff. One day in the near future, it's called the partners, by the way. It should be real. The partners. One day in the near future, 4 heads of state and their military commanders came together in secret to have a meeting that would alter the course of human history. These heads of state are as follows: Xi Jinping, representing the People's Republic of China; Vladimir Putin, representing the Russian Federation; Kim Jong-un, representing the North Korean Republic; and Fumio Kishida, representing the Japanese government, and also their military liaisons. Now, this was a very, very secret meeting. No one outside the circle was to know about it, and also these countries weren't totally friends, like Japan and China are really friendly. I don't know. I have history, turbulent history together. But they had to have a meeting about something, have something going on. Anyway, so weren't totally friendly, but they had all a bigger and more common enemy to fight other than themselves. So instead of China and Japan fight themselves, these enemies were the Americans and the Europeans, and also the Australians by default, because Australia is close to their lands, Asia. So they'll join the Americans and the Europeans in a heartbeat. So they planned for them, for both them too, both the Australians and them too, by default. But the the Americans and the Europeans don't want, So it's like they don't really get along with each other, but the Americans is like a bigger enemy, So it's alright, we're friend, but we're gonna link up, we're gonna fuck up that, we're gonna do something to that one there, and then, maybe we'll fight later on. But anyway. So now, the plan was as follows. These 4 heads of state from Japan, China, North Korea, and Russia. Now, the plan was as follows. The Chinese have been sending millions of sleeper agents into the United States for the past 15 years already, through the Mexican border areas. Listen to me. They were all professional soldiers, men and women, who were taught the Mexican language and culture. And they were taught to take on Mexican disguises and lifestyles, pretend to be Mexican, teach them the language, how to talk it, how to look Mexican, and never look Chinese. None of them look Chinese. They look like totally Mexican, mono people or red people. Either either. See? They do not look, get them shit for their eye, all of that shit to their eye, big no blood. They do not look like Chinese, they look like Mexican. Teach them the culture and everything, be a fried to them fried corn anymore. Anyway, who were taught the Mexican language and culture and to take on Mexican disguises and lifestyles. In total, after the 15-year influx of man and woman power, because about 15 years I've been doing this, we have a total of 17.5 million sleeper agents scattered across the northern American peninsula, living lives as Mexican-American people. Some of them legal in America, some of them illegal, but in total we have about 17.5 million sleeper agents there, the Chinese government, who were trained and sent there. Now listen now. We have confidence in more than 3/4 of the sleeper force to do our bidding when the time is right. Because you don't know, some soldiers are, they will run off and don't follow the order. But we're guaranteed, we know that at least 3/4 of them will do what we tell them to do when the time is right. One day we're just going to say, yo, you, man, woman, all on, do this. And they have to do it. But anyway. So we're confident in more than 3/4 of them. That is what, like 14, 13 million. So that's more than enough to do what we want them to do. When the time is right. The greatest thing is they don't even recognize that it is us. Once the order is given for a primary day and time of attack, all the military installations across the entire North American continent shall be attacked at the same time, the same day, and the Americans will never withstand the onslaught. They will be totally surprised and overwhelmed on all fronts of their homeland. Every American installation base, every state, Fort Bragg, Fort this, blah, all the hospital there, attack them. Anywhere where they have, you see me? All of them, just attack them. One time, but it at the same time, the same day. Alright, now listen, the plan not finished yet. Now there will no invasion, now the Americans will no invasion, occupation, or subjugation like we all have. They don't know speech. Now the other tentacles of the octopus must strike simultaneously on the same day at the same time. Now while these places are being attacked all across North America, all of the American bases, by our sleeper forces, so they threw them offline, boy, I want to say every year now because they could fort and they could this and that, under RPG attack. And raid, man, them just running in, killing off everything. Anyway, see? So now while this is happening at the same time and same day, North Korea must invade Seoul because they always have troops out there. The North Koreans will invade Seoul, which is South Korea, and they're going to totally destroy it and level it and take over the South. This will also further weaken the Americans and their allies because at the same time they're like, oh shit, this is happening at home, babe. I mean, this is all happening across America right now. All of one of them bases like, sir, what do we do? And then, meanwhile, they have the bases across the world, like, same time they're on the attack too. It's like, sir, North Koreans just attacked in the South. Sir, they knocked down the whole thing. It's like shambles, confusion. First thing you have to disorientate and confuse the enemy, and then run in for the kill, Boy, how you deal with that? What? Anyway, just thought. And while they're attacking there in North America, North Korea will attack Seoul, and attack all of their places, taking it over. So the American allies over there are surprised, weakened, they don't know what to do because home command is in shambles, and we're under attack on every front. It's not like, it's like only in Georgia, only in Florida, only in New York. It's like Florida, New York, California, South Dakota, Delaware, Minnesota, everywhere, Alabama. Anyway, and then also, because this is how you have a plan in stupid war, run out and die. Also, simultaneously, the Japanese force will attack and destroy all American bases on and around the island of Japan with extreme force and prejudice. Because basically, we spoke to Japanese like, don't you remember Nagasaki, Hiroshima, millions of your people just died like nothing. Now we got a foolproof plan. Work with us. We're not the best of friends, but work with us, and this is what will happen. Basically, at the same time while they're being attacked in North America by all our sleeper agents, and North Korea is attacking on South Korea, then because they have a couple bases over in Japan which you need to wipe out at the same time when all the F-16 and F-35 are flying. Same time now, they attack all of the bases because they have a few bases in Japan, on island or off island, but they're very close there. They attack all of them and decimate them with extreme prejudice, you understand? Weakening their forces to nothing. It will be a lightning attack on all the bases and forces of the Allies on and around the island. No quarter shall be given. Decimation. So that's a good plan. So right there, throw them off again because like, damn sir, all of our, and then they can't even really get to help in that section of the world because like, sir, we're under attack at home and at certain fronts. Nobody care about no Africa. You can keep your bases there. Anything we're left for them, we can mash them down easy. Anyway, that's thinking. Now, for our Russian comrades in arms, they'll lead a blitzkrieg of sorts, meaning a surprise rush. Really fast. The fastest vehicles, they're just rushing across there attack this place and just rush through, no time for look for no prisoner or soldier or nothing. Or we just lick down them building and then power and house straight to the next town. Lick down them building, then powerhouse straight to the next city, lick down that building. A real blitzkrieg, a real fastness, you know, like when you blitz, you mostly surprised or you move fast. Alright. They lead a real blitzkrieg of sorts. The entire Russian brigade, the entire Russian army, plus the Chinese also, you know, they have home troops. They send 6 million Chinese troops and equipment, and they'll be rushing the European continent and NATO together with the Russians. So that's a real strong army, you know, 6 million Chinese soldiers plus the entire friggin' Russian army, you know, that's enough to hunger them damn Europeans. So basically, they quickly take over all of the Baltic states and are rearing to invade France, Spain, Italy, and the English. But first things first, they make sure to take over all of them places, all of Ukraine and stuff. I don't know how it takes so long, but now they need backup because they need planning and backup. You know, he kind of kicked it off quickly, which is okay. He's committed, but he didn't back him. And this is the kind of backing we did need and the kind of plan. It still can kind of work, you know, if the rest of the participants are willing to do their part and play their role, then everything kind of nice for the whole of them, you know. Anyway, I'll show you. And they quickly took over all the Baltic states and are rearing to invade France, Spain, and Italy, and the English. Now, all these happenings in America, Korea, Japan, and Europe took place at the same day, at the same time. Now, give them no time to prepare for nothing, not give them no time for things. They are being attacked on the American homeland, which is totally throw them figure out because they never get that attack yet. It was the Civil War the last time anybody ever fight this, you know. They're lucky, they never have no blood, they never have no building get licked down and people feel like refugees anyway. Then while that's happening there, they're running over Europe same time. They want to use nuke and destroy them own self, no problem. Do whatever them try to do it but too. Anyway, so they're fighting and it wouldn't be smart for them, but if you want to, whatever, we still want to live and survive. Anyway, so they're attacking them there, and they're attacking them in Japan, getting rid of so they're in the whole Asian Peninsula, them shut up, them can't do nothing. The main base is really in Seoul, which is South Korea, and in Japan. So for you knock out them places that they have no foothold in that road in the Asian states, and they lick them down in America themselves, and now we can come back from that, they mash up. Now that's the civilian, then they really have the organization, forget everything, you know, because while we got dead. Now we got dead, and we got all of the military, easy things like mop up. Anyway, now all these happenings in America, Korea, Japan, and Europe took place at the same day, at the same time. This is called the Great Tet. And it ain't a spaceship with Tom Cruise on it. This is all down to earth. Soon to be. You heard me? Soon to be, just like I said. Maybe a little similar, but you can quote me later on. But God, that God was right. That weird guy was right. Anyway, took place at the same time. The Great Tet is what it's called, meaning the great. Everything the simultaneous, one time. Yo, at 12 o'clock, click, running there, click, 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 everywhere. They're running on all of the bases, they're running on all of those there. I don't know if you understand me, you feel me? Anyway, in the end, this is how Earth was divided. Come on, just skip forward a little now. In the end, this is how Earth was divided. Russia basically took over all of Europe, the Baltic, and the English and the Nordic islands. That was their territory. That's one big Russian Federation. Damn. The Japanese now, they took over Australia for their territory. You know, they really get much of a right, but they took over Australia, so they have the islands that they always had plus the Australian territory. Maybe a little fighting of going after her, but later on, the Chinese then be meaning, you know, maybe who want to be top dog out of the four, you know. The Chinese took over the North American continent. Now they took over all the whole of America and Canada for them territory. They had all them sleeper agents in there, you know, they just bomb rush that and then send them more troops and took over that. The took over the whole of the North American continent and some more. Hold up. Try to put my thoughts together because sometimes my thoughts come erratic. They took over all the North American continent and the countries, all the countries all the way back to India, meaning such as Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Nepal, all of them countries, all the way to the border of India, them take them over. Why don't take them over? Just take them over. Some of them capitulate. Just take them over. They are part of the Chinese Republic, People's Republic of China. You understand? Now, all of them leaving the Indians, they're still Indian, leaving the Indians very nervous and apprehensive about their future. Wondering, I wonder if the Chinese Republic want to attack us and try to take over our land. They're wondering that. And all the winners of this great war, they're allies and friends now, but they're not really all that because, there's a potential there. What if that one want to take over the whole pie now, or want to take more of the pie because some of them come out bigger than others, like, more territory, more land here and there, more culture for them. So there might be something that kick off after that, but this is the initial of what go down and what go on. I said, Master Warren George Anthony Chan, thoughts, feelings, sipping on effort. Where's the alcohol talk? Leaving the Indians very nervous and apprehensive about their futures, North Korea took over South Korea, the Philippines, and Malaysia, and all the Malaysian islands. Yes, they did pretty well too. Anyway, right. That's a vibe. They're real life. That's real life. March 31st, 2024. That might be your World War III. The Great Tet. Bannership. Vengeance. Anyway. Master Chin out. Boom. Thoughts. Adiós.